Today I'm going to show you how I make a Scoubi tunnel. It's a little different than a couple of the other videos you may have seen. On both of these I did 5 circle stitches and then 1 square stitch, 5 circle, 1 square, and that made the zigzag effect. On this one here, that's where I started, and then at the end I decided to close it up. Of course I didn't use all the strings, but it makes like a little nice pen, face holder, whatever. And then this one here, I went all the way through. Oops, knocked that down. Anyways, so today I'm just going to show you how I do just a plain square. We're just going to do square all the way. And what I'm going to start with is I have 4 strings that are 8 feet long, and then 12 strings that are 5 feet long. What I'm going to do, like you can see on here, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors on each side, and then the long ones are the corners. What I did on this one here was I did 1, 2, 3 different colors, which I'm going to be doing today with these. So I got 4 red, 4 green, and 4 yellow. So it'll be, you can see the size difference. So it's going to be a smaller one. So that's what I'm going to start with. So what I do when I did this one here is started off with a 2x2 stitch with the long ones, with my long strings. So if you're going to attempt this, I assume you know how to start and do a 2x2 stitch. So I'm going to pause you and I'll make mine real quick and I'll come back to you. Okay, I finished my 2x2 stitch, which is 2 on this side, 2 on this side, 2 on this side, 2 on this side. Sorry about the dark color, didn't realize that was going to be an issue. Anyways, so what I do is open it up a little bit. What I want is the center to be open. Everything else really, I just like stretch, open up the sides, the stitches. We can always go back to them and make sure that the ends are equal. I pull that out. And what you can see, since I did that, is, let me see, I'm gonna go down here, see if that helps for everyone to see. 2 strings here, these 2 strings over here, these 2 on the bottom. Sorry about that, it's a lot of string to work with. So I just gotta make it all work. I'm trying to make it easier for everyone to see what I'm doing. It's hard to do through a camera also. So again, I want the center open. So everybody has their own sides. So then it's still the 2x2 stitch. And then now, everything's separated. I'm gonna start with the bottom right here. So I'm going to grab one of my smaller strings. I'll start with the red one. Try to find the center. Well, I'll find the center in a second. What I'm going to do is one end on through the center and one end on the other side. And then try to get it all straight. And then as you can see, I got an over under spot right here. So because this right here is closed, so I'm going to go over under here. And then over under here. And so I got one on the side. So I'm going to add my next color. I'm going to add a yellow. And again, you see right here the center part. I'm going to go one through there and then up to the other side. So I'm going underneath. You can see right there all the strings on this side. You're gonna I have 4 sides here. I'm gonna go under this, get close to the center, and again you can see that there are 3 strings, but I only want, sorry, the 2 top ones. Here's one top one, and then you got one on the bottom. You want your strings that you're adding underneath all 3. But these 2 are on the top, and then that one's on the bottom. So you're going to do over under with the 2 top ones. So again, this side is closed, so I'm going to do over under, and then over under. There's, I got 2 strings now on that side. And now I'm going to add my 3rd string. I'm going to add a green. So again, it doesn't matter which direction you enter from, as long as one end goes to the center and the other one on the outside. One end on the outside. Find close to the center. And again, the same thing. Over, under. And over, under. So there, that side is finished. You can see right there. So now, I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to, again, separate everything. Sorry, I'm just moving all the strings around so it'll be easier to see and work with. These 3 strings I just move out of the way. And so now I'm going to work on this side right here. So I'm going to add the red, yellow, green right there. I'm going to do this a little bit quicker this time. Sorry. That's my alarm. We live in a very secluded area. And it's going to go over under. Over under. And I think that goes right there. Add my yellow. And again, for me, I like going, again, I'm going under all 3 strings. No, whoops, I missed one right there. You gotta be careful. Get close to the center. Over, under. And then over, under. And again, let me get my green one. Oh, looks like the vegetable truck is here. There's several of them out here. Okay, let's see. Again, I'm going under them all. Sorry, I'm gonna try to do this really quick. And then you're over, under. Again, just over under the top 2 strings. And you're going under all 3 strings and then there. And then here's my, if I grab the right end. I get up there. And there. I have the twist right there. 2 sides done. So 2 more sides, I'll do that off camera. And then I'll get back to you. Okay, so I have all 4 sides. This is probably the hardest part. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. I have lots of strings going everywhere. So it's important just real easily pull the strings in the correct directions and just turn and pull, turn and pull. I usually start with the corner ones first, getting those going, and then I kind of like a little tug here. Go back. It'll all come into place. So you're gonna have ones on the side and ones in the center. This part takes a little time, but you need to do it. You can see right here I have a twist in it, in one of my strings, so I need to take that twist out. So then I got these 5 strings for this side, out of the pole. These 5 strings for this side, little pull. These 5 for this side. And you just keep turning and pulling, turning and pulling. The corners are the ones that are going to be hard. This is going to be, the first one is the hardest. The very first stitch. Again, it's very important, just turn, pull, turn, pull, turn, pull. And it'll come more together when you do your second stitch. Even when I'm doing my other stitches like these, you can tell I did 2 square stitches before I started doing the circles. So it just made it more secure and a lot easier for it to continue. So once you finish your first stitch, it's going to be not look the prettiest, but when you get your second stitch, it'll all come together. So just have patience and go from there. Okay, so I have kind of what I need. I just want to pull everything. Again, even though it's sideways here, when we're done, it's going to be up on top here on the top. So you want to, again, make sure that your corner ones, when you see the corner pieces, make sure you have your, again, I'm sorry for using the black. It's hard to see using the darker colors, but make sure that they are going the right direction. So basically it's not super tight or anything right now for my first stitch, but all 4 are kind of pretty close to tight and everything. There's no twists or anything. Probably a good time now if you want to make sure that that your ends are kind of close to the same edge, or the same length, or something close at least. So right now, again, it's just like you're going to do the 1x4, or I believe it's called the super brick. I'm sure somebody's going to correct me on that. But again, so it's just, again, all 4 sides, and from here it's super easy. You got it started. It's just a whole bunch of strings and you just work around them. And so what I like to do, well, I'll do 2 different sides right now. The way I teach my students how to do a stitch, so you got the main ones over. And then these are my three up on top. And my 3 for the bottom. Just like any other stitches that you're doing. Again, we're just doing the square. You're going to do the circles. Just crisscrossing everything. Over, under. Over, under. Everything still looks loose and everything. But again, the first 2 stitches, after you finish the stitches right here with all 4 sides, it should go pretty good. Pretty quick. I mean, much easier. Everything will tighten up on this. But again, once you get these 2, you're good. Oops. Over, under. And the last one over, under. Again, this is a typical 4x1 super brick stitch. That's just one side right there. So now I'm going to show you second side. And we'll do one more side, and then what I need to do is find my 3 for the side, and again, so that's for there, that's for this side. So again, what I'm going to do, this one here is on the top, this one's on the bottom, so for me it's faster. So I do the top one, I go all the way across, and then I bring all 3 of these over. No twists, all 3 over, and then I have this side here, which I'm going to go over all 3 of these, all 4, because I got the corner one here too. I got the corner one, and then through here and under. It's just a faster way. This is an advanced stitch, so you probably already know this if you're doing this stitch. It's nothing easy. And again, you just continue with just the 3 bottom ones, over under, make sure they're across. Over under. And over under. And then I have that side done. So continue the same with the other 2 sides. Don't forget when you're doing your crossing that you include your corners. So the corners have to go over under all the stitches too, because again you're doing a square. So don't forget your corners. So I'll finish the other 2 sides and I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished all 4 sides for my second row of stitches. So now just again slowly turn, and just little by little turn and pull, turn and pull, turn and pull. You can see I grab all of them up there and kind of pull, turn and pull, turn and pull, turn and pull. You can go like on the sides here. It's all different, and whatever way is going to be easiest for you. Everyone's going to be different, and that's totally okay. We all get to the same end, this one way or another. So now that I did the second stitch, everything is much more, you can see, tighter and better looking. So then all you do is continue on the end. The hardest part for me when I did Scoubitunnel was starting them. It was the hardest part for me. And then one night I'm like, why not just start a 2x2 and then spread it out and add in the middle? So by doing that, it's so much easier for me. It's working with a lot of strings. So if you're not used to working with a lot of strings, it's going to be a little frustrating. Just have the patience. And maybe, again, this one's with 3 on the side. Start with this one. Get used to what the feel of it, and get to know the pattern in the stitch. And then it's pretty easy. So this will be the bottom. If you can see that good. That'll be the bottom of it. And then again, you can either keep it open or at the end, crisscross the stitches, make this back and forth, and over unders. You're gonna have a lot of extra strings that you're not going to use as glue and cut. And this is how I start the Scooby tunnel. So I'll just continue it until I'm finished. I'm going to make this a square one, or I'll probably give it to one of my students and let them finish it. Have a great day.